because I would have thought Mephiles would be slightly higher up the list because he has quite a new model from the previous game.
From Shadow Generations. And we have white space, so narratively there's a loop, but I think they also in Shadow Generations gave a good reason as to why he's still sort of locked out of time.
Oh yeah.
Which I deeply appreciated, by the way, Ian. If Ian's listening, somebody tell Kazzie to tell Ian this. I deeply appreciated the fact that it was put in the game that, you know, he's locked out of time still. The closed off time loop still exists even though it's within white space. The fact that you require more to unlock the battle with Mephiles, that's crazy.
I feel like there's a different reason for that, but it is.
But Mephiles says though in the I will not be deleted from time. I will fight with my. Mephiles knowing that he's locked out of time is kind of crazy.
The fact that he realizes it as well.
Yeah, he knows. He knows that he doesn't exist technically, and you've actually got an enemy, a foe who's got a really good motivation now. For not only hating Shadow, but hating Sonic like crazy. Like, you stopped me from existing is crazy and wild. And the fact that he still exists, the whole Schrodinger's cat type situation for Mephiles of like he exists and doesn't exist at the same time. By existing, he stopped existing because of the 06 time loop. That's great, and I love the fact that that's still a thing. I love the fact that Ian kept that as something that's narratively in there, and technically confirmed it as well.
Because the other thing to note is Shadow genuinely has no fucking clue who he is either.
because it never happened for Shadow, because it's the Shadow from the current timeline.
Yeah, I think the only character in the canon that might remember is Sonic, because I think he keeps some of the memories from the time loop. Because he was the one who shut it.
Sonic doesn't keep memories, but in much the same way that Blaze in 06 has when Silver says to Blaze, it's like, oh, there's this blue hedgehog. Blaze almost has when she says blue hedgehog, it's almost like that this is familiar for some reason. Yeah. Sonic doesn't have any memories of 06, but he definitely has some kind of
residual,
bleed over from the timeline in terms of this is a familiar situation. I recognize this from somewhere. It's like Crisis City in Generations. He didn't really know what Crisis City was, but at the same time, he was familiar with it somehow. The Silver battle was obviously very different and with Sonic and Generations, and there was, because they didn't face each other in that arena, that they were never there at the same time.
Yeah. So
it was pretty much like circumstantial. It was like, oh, this is this, and Sonic just went, oh, I guess this is where this is Silver's future, but even Silver was kind of odd, reacting to being there. So, but you've got that. That was kind of cool. But it's the reason why Infinite though is slightly more likely is because of what they're doing. I'm not sure they'll do Mephiles just because they've got a nice little reference to him in there in terms of some of the graphics. I know they've got the same thing for a bunch of characters, but I think hopefully actually they don't do Mephiles, just because there is a literal path they're doing something really interesting later on that would be kind of spoilt, I think, if you kind of blow it on, oh yes, he just turns up in a racing game.
Maybe. I mean,
if they're brave enough.
Yeah.